Hey there! That's a weird introduction. Just jump right into it. Hey guys, so it's Maddie, and this is my first video in a long time. Obviously, a lot has changed. I know the lighting's not that good, but I decided to make a video at a very odd time in the day. So obviously, today's video is a story time video, and I'm sure that intrigues many people. But quick disclaimer: if you don't like to hear about
dumb things
that teenagers do, I advise you to just not watch the rest of this video. Go on over. Just keep scrolling, look at other blog posts. So just an FYI, also some of the names will be changed in this video to protect them because I don't think they want this being put out there because who would? But I just decided, why not? You know? Why not? So I was a sophomore in high school and I decided to go sleep over at my friend's house. We'll name her Kelly, but that's not her real name. But I went to Kelly's house, and it was me, her little sister, and Kelly's boyfriend. And we were all hanging out talking about what was going on in life and what was going on in school. And I had recently just broke up with this boy. We'll name him Kyle. We recently just broke up, and it was a really messy breakup. Everyone assumed that I cheated on him, and I didn't. So it was just all this drama, and it was really irritating, and I was really hurt by it. So we're just talking about it. And later on, throughout the night, we just hung out, we watched movies, and Kyle was on my mind. Kelly and her boyfriend decided that they wanted to go have
alone time,
if you know what I'm saying. So they went and had alone time, and me and her sister decided, hey, let's go do things that teenagers shouldn't do. Let's just go and wander around the park at 2 a.m. And sure enough, as we were wandering around the park doing things that teenagers shouldn't be doing, we got caught by the police. So we were walking and, well, we were actually running in the dark around the park to get back to our house when a police officer pulled up, turned his lights on, and proceeded to get out of his car and approach us.
Did you know that you're wandering the streets after curfew?
Yes, officer, I do realize that I'm out past curfew, but my mom knows that I'm out here.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to come with me, ma'am.
I really don't think that's necessary, officer. I really didn't do anything wrong, so I really don't think that you... Okay, I'll go. Now, while I saw the police officer approaching me, I was like, this is it. This is the moment that I go to jail. Because I figured that the police officer just knew we were up to no good and was going to take us to the police station. Her parents did not know that we were out wandering around the streets at 2 a.m. and she, Kelly, was with her boyfriend having alone time in the car in front of her house. So it was just a big old problem. So he put us in the back of his police car, and I remember looking at Kelly's sister thinking, this is it. This is the moment that I go to jail. And all I could think and remember was my mom always told me that if I were to get arrested,
it's not call her
because she would not bail me out. So I was just like, wow, Kelly's parents will probably come get her and I'll just be stranded there. So we're sitting in the back of the police car holding hands, looking at each other, and all I could imagine what's going to happen was that we were going to get to her house, he was going to talk to her parents, and all the truth in the whole world was just going to come right out.
You heard that? That was my dog.
Anyways, so we were in the back of the police car, and I look over at Kelly's sister and I say, don't say anything. Could I have said anything that made me sound more incriminating at the time? So the police officer turns around and says,
What'd you say?
and I was like, nothing. I didn't say anything. Sorry. So we were driving very slowly, might I add, towards Kelly's house. And as we pulled up on her street, all I saw was pitch black. And I was like, where's Kelly? Kelly was supposed to be outside this entire time waiting for us. We pulled up to her house, and the police officer says,
should we go to the door?
And I was like, no, my aunt's outside. Kelly and her boyfriend get out of the car that was parked in front of her house, and they were being alone, having
alone time,
if you know what I'm saying. So Kelly gets out of the car, and her shorts were
wrapped up
completely. She was holding her shorts together at the seams, and the police officer just looked shocked. So he opens the door and says, do you know these two? And she said no. My heart sank. I was like, what do you mean? If she would have stuck with her answer, he would have took us to jail. So then she was like,
no, I do know that.
And I was like, yeah, she's my aunt. And she was like,
No, I'm her sister.
And I was like, wow, way to not go with the story and get us caught. So the police officer proceeded to tell us that what we were doing was unsafe and gave us all the scenarios of things that could happen to us if we proceeded to wander around in the middle of the night around a park. He also gave Kelly a lecture about being and having a long time in front of her house in the middle of the night with her boyfriend. So that wasn't all he talked to us about. He also lectured us about lying and how he was going to proceed to go to their door and wake up her sleeping parents and get us all in a heap of trouble. So, I don't remember exactly how we did this, but with our manipulative skills, we convinced this officer that we did not need to tell her parents that they were sleeping and her mom knew we were outside and all of this stuff happened. So we just convinced him to not tell her parents. So we go inside after the police officer leaves, and Kelly begins to yell at us for getting caught and for having all the things that happened that night. I don't really remember much of the story, but I remember that her boyfriend left, and the rest of the night we proceeded to
Freak out.
and make up a story to tell her parents when her little brother snitched on us the next morning. So that is just the story about the time I got arrested.
Hey guys, so I sound like crap, and my hair looks like crap, so this is why I look like a potato. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I realized that it doesn't sound as stressful as it was, but just remember, I was like 15, and I was in the back of a police car, and those seats are not comfortable. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to my blog, and I'll be putting up a new video every Saturday. Okay, bye.